Hey guys, it's Mr. Mock. Just wanted to go over some examples of how to solve some absolute value equations. I know you're going to spend your weekend watching this video. Okay, probably not, but if you do take the time to watch this video, hopefully it helps kind of clarify some things from class today. Let's go ahead and start at the beginning with number one. I'll go ahead and zoom in here. Ooh, hey. Now, what this is saying is 3x plus 1 equals 4. And in an absolute value, you guys remember that this part right here, we talked about this in class, 3x plus 4, or 3x plus 1, if it turns out to be 4, the absolute value of 4 is in fact 4. So one way we can write this equation is simply to say, I want 3x plus 1 to equal 4. Alright, that's one way to write this equation. Now it's like a highlighter. That's pretty cool. I'm going to change the color though. I'm going to go to red. The other thing we want though is the absolute value of negative 4 also can be 4. So I'm going to write this as 3x plus 1 can be negative 4 as well. Alright, so there's two equations we're solving here because whenever you see an absolute value, you're going to have two answers if you're lucky. So we can subtract 1 on both sides here. So 3x equals 3. Divide both sides by 3. And you find that x equals 1. And that's one solution. Because if we take that and put it back into the equation, up here, 3 times 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. The absolute value of 4 is in fact 4. So yay, we did it. Let me change my color here. The red's not really showing up very well. I'm going to go ahead now and solve the one on the right here. I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides. 3x equals negative 5. Divide by 3 on both sides. You get x is equal to negative 5 thirds. Alright, which is a good thing because that also works because 3 times negative 5 thirds, the 3's will cancel. You'll have negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. The absolute value of negative 4 is in fact 4. So both of those answers work. So the x equals 1 and x equals negative 5 thirds. So that's perfect. We did it. Yay us, right? So now we're going to go and take a look at number 2. Now number 2 is a little bit bigger and it looks a little bit scarier, but I promise you we'll be okay. This one here, notice how the absolute value is surrounded by a whole bunch of other stuff. You see that? It's got the 4 minus 2 times the absolute value. And over here it was just the absolute value. So we want to create a situation where it's the same. We want to get rid of that 4 and we want to get rid of that negative 2 so that we can create a simpler equation. To do that, we're going to do some algebra. Yay! Right here we have a positive 4. To get rid of that positive 4, we're going to subtract 4 on both sides. Alright? So now we have negative 2 times the absolute value of x plus 9 equals negative 9. The next step is we're going to pretend that this absolute value of x plus 9 is like an x, like just the variable x, so it's really just negative 2x equals negative 9. So in order to get rid of that, we're going to go ahead and next step, so I'm going to change colors. I'm going to go ahead and divide by negative 2 on both sides. Alright, so what happens is those cancel. You get the absolute value of x plus 9 equals, and negative 9 divided by 2 really comes out to about 4.5. Not about, but it is. It's 4.5, alright? So I'm going to go ahead and give us some more writing space here. Move this around a little bit. Alright. So now I have x, the absolute value of x plus 9 equals 4.5. So we're going to go back and write this equation twice now. We're going to do x plus 9 equals 4.5 and x plus 9 equals negative 4 and 1/2. Oops, Mr. Mock's run out of room. negative 4 and 1/2. I'll put it like that. Okay, you get the idea. We subtract 9 on both sides. Subtract 9, subtract 9. X here, you have 4.5 and negative 9. That's going to equal negative 4.5. Or whatever that looks like. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. Negative 4. There it is. And a half. And then we subtract 9 here and subtract 9 here. That's going to be x equals negative, now negative 4 and a negative 9 makes negative 13 and 1/2. Like that. Okay. That's a mess, but you kind of see it. So what were the steps there? The steps, when you go back and look, right, we had to isolate the absolute value so it was by itself. We did that by subtracting 4 on both sides. We did that by dividing by the negative 2 until we got to here, that that absolute value of x plus 9 equals 4.5. And then we separated it into the two separate equations. Okay? Now, last one looks like a doozy. It is kind of a doozy. And here's what we're going to do. Let's do it real quick. So, here, I have the absolute value isolated, but look how I have all of this nonsense over on the other side, right? Here. What we had talked about is that you do the 3x minus 4, and then you keep it the same. So it's going to be the negative 4x minus 1. So you're going to solve it that way. And then the other way is you do the opposite of that. So what that looks like is you're going to do, and I'm going to make a line here to kind of separate this, because again, I'm running out of space. I'm writing kind of big. I apologize for that. You're going to have 3x minus 4, and when you write it, not like you're crazy. Come on. Oh. 3x minus 4 will equal, and we're going to do the opposite of the negative 4 x minus 1. Okay? So we're going to get 3x minus 4 equals negative 4 will be 4x plus 1, because you distribute that negative through to both. And then to just kind of finish it up and get our answer for both of these, you're going to have to bring over, let's bring over the 3x over here, minus 3x minus 3x. You get negative 4 equals x plus 1. Subtract 1 on both sides. X equals negative 5 over here. And then, oops, that stays there. We'll do this one. On the other side, you would, let's go ahead and add the 4x this time. Add the 4x. So we'll get 7x minus 4 equals negative 1. We add the 4 to both sides. This is a long video. 7x equals 3. Divide by 7 on both sides so that x equals 3/7. So you have your two answers. You have x equals 3/7 and x equals negative 5 as your final two answers. So I really apologize for what appears to be a poor quality of the video, but I hope it helped. Go back, watch it again, or simply just bring questions to me on Monday or when you see me next. Hope this helped explain those problems. My movies are, well, anyway, hope this helped. Alright guys, bye.